So for today's video, we're going to be jumping into an online race at Suzuka, which is actually one of my favorite tracks to race on. To take a look at a question that I've actually asked myself quite a few times, and I've actually been asked by some people on some of my other social media accounts, if I honestly feel like the PSVR2 is worth that $549.99 price tag, especially if you're just looking to play it or use it on Gran Turismo 7. If you're looking for just pure immersion, which obviously is a word that I've said 20 million times on this channel, and the experience of being able to be completely surrounded in a vehicle and feel like you're really in the cockpit of this Ferrari, then yeah, it's something that you will never experience, especially on console. Console just doesn't give you the ability, especially right now, that PC does, where you can do multiple screens and have the ability to have multiple monitors really kind of wrapped around you to where you're not having to wear a headset and still get that feeling of cars, you know, flying by you and being able to see your mirrors and things that you just can't get on a console generally. And this new PSVR2, the experience in this thing is crazy. But I'll say this, do I wear the headset a lot, especially when I'm doing things like this online racing? No. And the reason for that is because, I mean, obviously it's awesome being able to see my mirrors, being able to feel the car around me, and being able to kind of get a feel for what the racetrack is and how the race is going. But am I the quickest in this view? No. I'm not the quickest in general. I wouldn't, you know, if you're watching my channel for me to be an expert sim racer, you're on the wrong channel. But when it comes to being my quickest, generally when I'm using the view of the hood or the top roof, that is generally when I'm my quickest. And I feel like the reason for that is because I can truly see the car in front of me. I can also see what's going on in front of it because I'm kind of higher up. And I really feel like I'm able to, wow, as that guy just took that dude clean out. I feel like I'm able to read the turns much better in that view. I'm able to get in and out of the apexes much cleaner because I can actually read them. When I'm in this view, which is more realistic, like you would actually be in the vehicle, it's a little bit harder to read the turns and really see the apexes, especially when I'm not as experienced as many other sim racers are out there on YouTube. However, though, I can still be quick using the PSVR2, but I will say it's just the experience, and especially like the sound. I mean, I know Gran Turismo isn't necessarily known for its sound. I mean, I would say ACC, which I do have, I just don't use it very often because I prefer Gran Turismo. The cockpit sound in ACC is amazing. I will say Gran Turismo's gotten better. And the Ferrari sound in this cockpit is just amazing. I mean, it just feels like you're in this Ferrari. Let's see if I can get this turn a little bit better than I have so far. Yeah, still went into the turn a little too slow. Being in that hood view or the roof view, racing online is kind of an advantage to where you're able to kind of almost, it just doesn't feel as real life. It feels like it's more arcadey, but I'm much quicker. So for me, since I want to be as competitive as I possibly can in online racing, that's the view that I use. Plus also too, I'm not sitting here dripping sweat when I'm racing like when I wear this VR headset. I mean, this headset is much lighter than most other headsets out there. Even with it being lighter and its breathability, it still gets freaking hot in this mask. It's hard to wear for very long periods of time. But see, like this ability to be able to see this guy, I'm just gonna let him go past me before we create a wreck here. Of course, I let him pass me because he was hauling ass. Now, he's not driving as good as he was earlier. That's the turn right there that I struggle with the most in this VR headset at Suzuka. Most of the other turns I'm able to read pretty well generally, but that hairpin turn is so tough. I mean, all hairpin turns are going to be hard anyway, but especially in the VR headset, that turn seems to be one that I really struggle with. Let's see if I can buckle down here and get caught up to this 10th place guy. I'm giving up a lot of positions, but I do feel like, especially when I'm racing online, when you start trying to bump with these guys, I always seem like I'm the one that ends up losing out when that happens. I end up getting spun out, getting thrown into the wall. I generally prefer when these guys really start to ride me.
That's what she said.
Normally we'll let them pass and then hopefully try and capitalize on a mistake that they make while I sit behind them. During the launch of the PSVR2, that was one of the big things, was Gran Turismo 7. I really feel like the PSVR2 is almost kind of made for Gran Turismo 7. I mean, obviously, they've got much more plans and many more games that they're going to be coming out with, but it's unlike anything I can even explain. Yeah, I can already, with this headset, just sweat dripping down my face right now. And that's kind of the thing for me, is it's like, if I want to really be able to play online and really get quite a few different races in, after about 2 or 3 races online in this headset, it's just like I can't handle it anymore. I absolutely love it. It is so much fun. I mean, it's not like I'm bad, but I'm just not as... Like I said, like normally that's not a turn I struggle with, but in this headset I just cannot get in and out of the apexes very well. There we go. A little bit better. But that's kind of the thing that I've talked about with the people that have asked me about if they should pick up this headset. I really feel like if you're just looking to have fun and you're looking on a console to just get the most realistic experience possible, then hell yeah, pick up the PSVR2. It is well worth the money. But I'm not going to sit here and say that you're going to be the quickest that you possibly can and you're going to be extremely competitive. Now, obviously, if this is all I ever wear and this is the only thing I ever race with and the only view I ever do, I'm going to get faster and faster and faster. But again, like I said, it's just so hard to be able to wear this thing for long extended periods of time because it just gets so hot, you start sweating, and then on top of that, you know, after about 30 or 40 minutes, it's just like, you feel like you start going cross-eyed in this thing. I mean, it's an absolute blast to do if you're just looking to use it on career mode or, you know, just for fun. Nothing beats this thing on a console. Nothing.